My wife hates our son for being gay and wants to send him to a special camp to fix him, but I've seen the horrors that happen at these camps, so I think I have to send this marriage to the cleaners instead. Posted by you/StunningMud9227. So, this is a pretty heavy situation, and I'm really confused and disgusted, not gonna lie, because I never thought my wife was like this. My wife, 44F, and I, 45M, have been married for 14 years. We have 2 kids, a 16-year-old son, let's call him Noah, and a 12-year-old daughter. We've had our fair share of disagreements over the years, of course, but things have generally been smooth between us. Now for the context, Noah came out as gay about a year ago. It was a surprise, and as hard as it was to accept, I love my kids more than anything and just want their happiness. My wife visibly didn't take it well, though. She was upset and seemed to go through a grieving period where she didn't really talk about it. I tried to support Noah in every way I could, telling him that I loved him no matter what, etc. My wife, though, I could tell she wasn't on the same page. She would say things like, "This is just a phase," or, "He needs help," but I brushed it off as her needing time. Fast forward to last week, and we were having a conversation about Noah's future. Out of nowhere, my wife casually mentions that she's been looking into conversion therapy camps and thinks it might be the right solution. She said that Noah isn't truly gay, that he just hasn't been shown the right path, and that this could fix him. My blood ran cold. Obviously, I was in shock. I immediately told her I didn't agree and that this was not something I could support. She got upset and said I was enabling Noah's confusion and that if I really cared about him, I would help him get better. What the hell is wrong with her? She was persistent, and no matter how much I tried to explain that conversion therapy is harmful, like, I know those kids get abused, raped, and often end up either traumatized or unaliving themselves, and that I would never send our son to something like that, she wouldn't back down. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't even think I love her anymore. The fact she could be so heartless disgusts me. I know being gay is not easy, and people like her just make it even harder. I'm considering staying only for our daughter's sake, but would it be okay if it means hurting my son? It feels like a betrayal to Noah. I just don't think I can keep living with someone who thinks this is okay. Update 2 days later. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone here for all the help and advice I've received under my post and in DMs. I'm sorry if I couldn't respond to everyone, there were just too many people. I posted a couple of days ago about my wife wanting to send my son to a conversion camp. Some people suggested showing her videos and documentaries about what happens in those places, but this argument has been ongoing for more than a week. I've already shown her things, but she refuses to change her mind. This is a really bad update, to be honest, so let's get into it. Many of you told me to get him out as soon as possible. You were definitely right. Yesterday, I took the day off to see an attorney and get some information about divorce, custody, etc. After what happened, I'm now 100% sure I want a divorce ASAP. Yesterday, I picked Noah up from school, and as many of you suggested, we had a long discussion. I told him that his mom and I might be getting a divorce because she wants to send him to a conversion camp, and I can't accept that. I explained that I've tried talking to her many times, but I'll probably have to go through with a divorce. He looked really hurt, my heart broke all over again, but he was very understanding and thanked me for standing up for him. I pulled him into a tight hug and told him I'll always love him no matter what, and that none of this is his fault. At that moment, he started crying. He said he was so glad that at least I was on his side. I'm very angry as I write this, so forgive me if it doesn't make sense, but apparently, his mom has been pressuring him for months. She's been setting him up on dates with girls to try and fix him, and he had to lie, saying he was going to a friend's house instead. She's been telling him he needs help, that she loves him but that he has to get his condition cured. I feel so terrible because I've been oblivious to all of this, and I failed to protect him. How do you make your 16-year-old son go through that? When we got home yesterday, I can't lie, I was furious and confronted her right there and then. At first, she tried to explain that she was doing it for him, but her words quickly turned to slurs, and it became clear she was just ashamed of having a gay son. In the end, I told her that I had already seen an attorney, and learning all of this just confirmed my decision to get a divorce. She became very angry, calling me a delusional disgrace. We argued a lot, and at one point Noah tried to separate us, but my wife punched him multiple times. She was shouting disgusting things like calling him a dirty F word and blaming him for our divorce, saying his filth corrupted me. My daughter, who was probably in her room, came out to see what all the commotion was about. She was horrified, and when I told her to call 911, she did so immediately. Long story short, the cops came and took her away. She was very reluctant, claiming she was not in the wrong and that they had no reason to arrest her. I explained everything to my daughter afterward, and she doesn't want anything to do with her mom anymore. Right now, I'm in the hospital because my soon-to-be ex-wife broke one of my ribs while I was restraining her. I probably should have come in as soon as the cops took her away, but I didn't care, I just wanted to comfort my son. He was crying, with a black eye and a split lip, they're checking him for any concussion. Obviously, the only thing I cared about was being there for him because I can't imagine how it feels to be beaten by your own mom for being gay. I'm planning to file for full custody, and my kids don't want to see her ever again anyway. Given all the charges she's facing, I hope she won't stand a chance. I've already emailed my attorney and hope the process moves quickly. I've also thought about involving CPS, but I'm not sure how much they can help in this situation. I cannot understand how someone can grow so resentful of their own child over something they can't control. Even I had strong opinions about this topic in the past, but as a father, it's my role to unconditionally love my kids. I took the time to learn and change my perspective for him. It wasn't easy to grasp at first, but I never doubted the love I have for my child. I thought my wife felt the same. Apparently, she does not. Op in the comments. We have a house that's under both our names, and we didn't have a prenup. People have been telling me to change the locks and throw her stuff out, but I'm not sure if I can legally do that. If it turns out I can't, I'll either move back in with my parents with the kids or rent an apartment in the meantime.